Lobbycast. I like that.
We're recording in a van down by the river.
I will probably edit that out.
Yeah, well, with the constant F-bomb.
I mean, was she originally played by Heath Ledger?
To quote Brad Pitt, what is in the box?
Am I the only one that's impressed that Brendan Fraser still gets work?
And good evening. Welcome to the Lobbycast. This is episode 315. As you can tell, we're all in fine spirits here. I'm Will. With me, as always, well, not always, but sometimes, is my lovely wife, Erin. We have Brick. That's your cue, Brick. Say hello, Brick. Good start. And, of course, the rock, our anchor, our foundation, Mr. Geoff. Good evening. Welcome, one and all.
Good evening, sir.
The wind beneath our
This is how you guys know that when I say that I hate you, that I'm not kidding.
We know.
It's true. As I was saying, you can tell that we're in fine spirits tonight. A couple of us have had a good amount of sugar. There was some fantastic.
I had some stew.
Pie, some awesome stew.
some stew.
So we have lots of energy to share with you tonight, and we hope that you will join us wherever you may be sitting and listening. We hope that you will join us. That's all I got. I'm rambling at this point. Please.
Okay.
Take the lead. Take over for me.
Would you guys like to talk about some news?
I would love to talk
That'd
about
be
some
great.
news.
Well, let's go ahead and start things off by bidding Leonard Nimoy a fond farewell.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
I know. Even the cat's sad.
See? One of these days we'll have to make sure that she actually gets on the recording.
She's probably going to jump on the back of the couch before too long.
That'll work.
Who am I going to look to for my Laserdisc purchases now?
I'm sorry, what?
He did Laserdisc commercials back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. I was not aware of that.
But now we know.
Yes.
But now we know it. Knowing is half the battle.
Yes.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really touching tributes to Mr. Nimoy's passing. Lots of good fan art out on the webs. Lots of good kind of mashups and memes. You know, pictures of Scotty, pictures of William Shatner alone at the conference table on the Star Trek Enterprise. So really, really a heartfelt loss throughout the community. So
Yeah, absolutely.
He will be missed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
All right. You guys have any other news? Anyone?
No.
No, that was the one.
That's the big
That was the big one. Yeah. Everything else is kind of much less important. I did see that Best Buy, they have that little gamers reward program. It costs $100 for 2 years. Is that right?
Something
I don't know what you're
It is something like that.
Yeah, it's it's kind of an ancillary to their reward points program,
Right.
but it's specific to gaming and gaming systems.
So what does it do?
You get discounts and things along those lines. And it really wasn't that big of a program, but they just, I think either today or yesterday, dropped the price of it to $30 for 2 years. And one of the new benefits of it is you save 20% on new titles. So you're buying brand new games on release day for $48 plus tax,
which is not bad.
Not too shabby. And then you're also getting, three games. Yeah, you pay,
and it's a 2-year thing.
You get
$30?
double.
Wow.
You get double the rewards points for the game that you purchased.
Correct.
So, it actually, I mean, I know it's one of those kind of things that might actually get me away from Amazon for my new game purchases.
Yeah, me too.
I could purchase 3 games in a year, or 4, and then
Sure.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, because the biggest thing is like, through Amazon, I don't pay sales tax and I don't pay shipping.
Right.
That's why I get it from Amazon.
So you pay $59.99 for a new release title.
Right.
Right. But if I were paying, $54 for it and getting it on launch day, I'd be fine with that too. Yeah. I just have to decide if that drive to Best Buy is worth my $5.
Sure.
Well, it is.
It'll be a lot easier for me now because my new job will be across the highway from a Best Buy.
Correct.
So there is one very convenient. Where I currently live and currently work, not that convenient.
Not unless you decide to go up to Church Ranch, which is one heck of a drive.
Right. Well, there is one on either 84th or 104th and I-25. But no, once I'm on the highway,
You're on the highway.
I'm motoring.
You're moving. You're going. You're going places.
home.
So, yeah.
It's an easy decision for me. I think I probably will because I have a Best Buy that is extremely close to where I live.
Yeah.
And also, I am totally on board for anything that takes down GameStop.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
is
and
that
I feel you on
advantage.
that for sure. Let me see if there's anything else let me see some of the other benefits. I'll look them up real quick.
So while you do that, I've always had the reward points through Best Buy, which is a pretty decent program
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
as far as the reward point programs go. But I'd always stayed away from the Gamers Club because of how stupidly upfront expensive it was.
Right. It was free originally.
For a short amount of time.
Yeah, for
It
a
was
short
free.
amount of time.
Then
Okay.
they said, oh, hey, wait, we can make money on this. And then it got really expensive really quick.
All right. So the benefits here are 20% off new physical game software and 10% bonus trade-in credit on video game software, 10% off pre-owned, 2 times my Best Buy points for every $1 spent on new game software, digital gaming, and game accessories. And then 2 my Best Buy points for every $1 of video game software traded in.
Wow.
Those are
That's not bad.
that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and then special one-time use welcome coupons, and then exclusive offers that they normally do. So there's enough coming up this year that I'm sure that I would use it. I would make sure that I used it.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I typically buy, if I'm going to spend $60 for a new release title, I typically buy it from Best Buy anyways, because I get at least the reward points for it.
Right.
But now I may have to look into this game jam thing.
I think that's a swell idea.
Yes.
It's mostly video game news today. A couple other things. The HBO Now has been officially announced. It will be $15 per month, and that does not require cable or satellite.
Oh.
That is, it'll be an app on different devices. I'm sure it's coming to the Xbox One and the PS4. They're partnering with Apple TV, so it'll definitely be on Apple TV.
Now, are they still keeping if you're already a subscriber via satellite cable, you can still access it for free? Okay.
Yeah.
So just 2 different versions of the same app.
Right. And basically it's the $15 is what it usually costs you extra on top of your normal cable or satellite.
Just about.
So, yep. Another little tidbit. We were talking about House of Cards earlier, and it was a big win for Netflix. Netflix got the rights for a movie called Beast of No Nation, and it stars Idris Elba as an African warlord. And the big movie chains do not like Netflix's release plans, which are to make it available on Netflix the same day that it goes to theaters. So they are not going to show it in the theaters. So it's probably going to end up going to the independent little art house theaters instead.
And search.
Yeah, but AMC and
Alamo,
Cinemark and
probably.
all of them, they say no to that. It's like, no, we're just not going to carry your movie.
Wow.
So there you go. hopefully they'll change their mind on that because it's it's not that big of a deal. I think people who would want to go see it in the theater are going to go see it in the theater, even if they have it available
Sure.
day and date at home.
Because there's still that movie theater experience that makes certain films very much more appealing.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Like, I'd way rather watch my first viewing of Age of Ultron on a big screen
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
at home on my TV.
Right. Agreed. A little bit more about, let's see, Game Developers Conference is going on right now, so there's lots of video game news here, there, and everywhere. Some things from the Microsoft presentation. They're talking up DirectX 12 some more and talking about how Windows 10 is going to help this, help the PC, going to help the Xbox. DirectX 12 is 50% better CPU utilization over DirectX 11 and 20% in GPU performance. So could be able to get a little bit more oomph out of games on both platforms.
Nice.
The cross-platform gaming is also going to include cross-buy gaming. So you buy it on one and you're able to download it and play it on the other one.
Nice.
So get it on the PC and you automatically will have it on your Xbox One, which I think is a fantastic
Absolutely.
That's
benefit.
a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Well, and it makes sense because if you take a look at another media, you have the DVD, the Blu-ray, ultraviolet type specials, where if you buy it, you can download it onto your PC.
Right.
So that market has been out there and has proven to be successful.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it would have gone away a while ago.
Well, and it's same thing with the vinyl I buy off of Amazon.
Right.
You get the digital copy.
Oh, nice.
And it's just
Free.
there.
It's
It's
just
just,
there. It's just in your Amazon music library,
which I didn't know.
and then you can download it to your computer and put it on your.
And then I discovered
MP3
like
player.
5 albums that I bought.
Oh yeah,
And they're just there, just ready for digital download.
they do send you an email. I think that's sometimes, not all the time.
I think I just disregard the email probably.
Probably disregard the email.
But it works for CDs too, because there was CDs that I bought off of Amazon that
Oh, yeah.
would just give me the digital. I'm like,
it's their auto rip program,
and
I think is
that's
what-
nice. I mean, it's great for vinyl, but for CDs, it seems kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, there's that.
Well, it's like if you have your collection set where it automatically syncs to whatever device you have, then it's just automatically
It's just
everywhere you
skipping
need it
one
to be.
step, yeah.
The Xbox Live SDK preview went live today, and this is where anybody is able to build games and software with the Xbox Development Kit.
So we may be seeing a resurgence of the indie games on Xbox
I
One
certainly
platform.
hope so. The indie games themselves may not be big, but a lot of times they will inspire creativity in people with bigger budgets and stuff.
Sure.
Xbox will be bringing games to their HoloLens thing, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing that work in person at some point.
That's the technology that allows you to print your surroundings holographically on the road.
Yeah.
So you could
Yeah.
make some very immersive gamescapes, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a thing where they did like a Minecraft type deal, and you're just in your room, and things in the room are
Pixelated and integrated.
yeah, it's
Which is
crazy.
cool.
Very crazy. And they said implementing crossplay is super easy and simple, and it took them only one day to port Shovel Knight from from PC to Xbox One, including cross-platform play.
Wow.
So they took a PC game and did their magic on it. And one day later, they've got an Xbox One game. So
No kidding.
Nice.
yeah, so it's all and as Windows 10 is implemented into the Xbox One and DirectX 12 is spread across both platforms, we're going to see a lot more of that, I think.
Cool.
So
Nice.
I'm all for it. Hooray, technology.
Yay.
yeah, and there's just a ton of information being put out by all companies. I didn't see anything from Sony yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, they'll have their answer here in a few days or a few weeks, or
Absolutely,
because it's the way they work.
because that's how they work. A new console is hitting the market. It was announced during the game developers conference, and it's from Nvidia. It's $200 and it's Android based, but it's a very powerful system. It'll run 4K content. So, interesting idea. Really easy to develop for, and you'll be able to do game streaming, I think, on there as well. But
So not necessarily a Steam box,
no,
but an Android box,
Right.
Which makes me concerned that people pay $200 to play Candy Crush Saga in 4K on their big screens.
and Trivia Crack.
Oh, and Trivia Crack, of course.
Hello.
How could you forget the trivia crack?
NVIDIA's had a long history of making systems that are really great in theory, and then 3 people buy them.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them being Lou.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get a good review from it whenever it comes out.
Yeah, and then we'll go, oh, that's good. And then we won't buy it. Because that's what everyone does. They look at it and they're like, that's really cool.
That's cool.
I'm
I
not
would
gonna
like
buy
to
it,
check
though.
that out.
They're wanting
But I'm done.
this service to be Netflix for video games, basically.
Okay.
They can stream 1080p visuals at 60 frames per second through the internet onto this device. So that is pretty neat.
That is neat if it works.
Right. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's about all we need to know until we see something concrete
solid.
on that.
Oh, yes.
And then
Talk about that. Do it.
It's a rumor. We've already talked about this, but it is going to be Fallout 4 that is going to be the centerpiece of Bethesda's first ever E3 press conference. So
Say what?
you're wiggling, Erin. You're wiggling.
True story.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and they have a whole lot of properties. I think they actually own the Doom franchise now too, so they could.
They have owned the Doom franchise for a little bit.
And Aliens? Do they own that now?
I don't know if they could, but I know for a fact that they've owned Doom for a while.
Yeah. So they have quite a few titles that they're probably going to be announcing for different platforms.
Yeah, because that new Doom, I remember that on the release of the new Wolfenstein,
Yeah. Oh, which they also own.
which they also own, there was a code that I entered into my Xbox for access to the beta to the new Doom game. I have yet to hear back, and that was when Wolfenstein came out. I have yet to hear anything about a Doom beta.
Did you hear the sound of crickets?
Yeah, but I figured that was normal, and I should wait a few months. And I've waited more than a few months. So hopefully...
I'm impressed that you remember you did that.
Well, it's just because I really love Doom, and I remember that being the reason I bought the new Wolfenstein, because I liked the new Wolfenstein, and I thought it was okay, but I would have never made the jump to buy it like the day it came out if it didn't have that Doom thing. It was kind of like when we all bought Crackdown for the Halo beta thingy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Crackdown turned out to be awesome
Yeah.
in and of itself, but initially a bunch of people just bought it because of Halo.
On the Bethesda Softworks webpage, there is a Doom teaser video.
Yes.
It is up.
Yes.
I'm looking at it.
We're going to watch that.
Okay.
Maybe not right this second.
No, not right now.
No.
We'll
We're
wait.
going to watch that.
But we will watch it.
Yeah.
So, for those of you listening that grew up on Doom or love Doom, and you absolutely should love Doom, but you should kind of forget that they ever made a movie out of it because the movie was terrible.
Wait,
Good.
they made... I
Oh.
forgot.
You forgot.
You forgot.
Yeah, keep it that way. It was horrible.
It's creeping back now.
And I'm a fan of Carl
The Rock
Urban.
was in it.
I'm going to ride this sidetrack here to the logical conclusion. I'm a fan of Carl Urban. I'm even a fan of some Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson acting chops, but the two of them together with that script and that concept just absolutely fell flat.
It was terrible.
It was
2 hours of my
sad.
life I will never get back.
So sad.
Actually, I may have to save 5 hours of my life that I'll never get back.
Why?
I'm pretty sure I watched it 2.5 times.
Wow.
You just had to make sure that they weren't.
I
You had to make sure that it wasn't a mistake.
I forgot. I was like,
was it,
oh, Doom, let's watch that.
was that
Why did I do
really
that?
that bad?
Wait. No.
It is.
No. That was a joke. If I watch it again, the real movie will happen.
Right. And then just to make sure, I had to watch, like, it was on HBO, and I was flipping through, and I was like, well, there's obviously nothing else on. I might as well just stop here.
There's always
No, there's
something
always
else on
something else on.
besides
know.
that.
Even
Yeah.
static.
It may be just as crappy.
But it will be
Probably
something
not.
new.
Right. Even the
It'll
static
be new
channel.
crap.
Even the static channel would have
Watch like the Home Shopping
QVC?
Network.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch QVC before you watch Doom again.
No.
Watch that for
It's
2
terrible.
hours. I guarantee you will feel more enriched than if you watch Doom one more time.
I could literally watch paint dry and feel more enriched. Especially if it's that fancy pink to white ceiling paint. That stuff's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. We'll watch that
and
all day.
delicious.
Yeah, it tastes like lead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's a sidebar for. There's your logical conclusion for that sidebar.
Tastes like dead.
All right. Did you guys think of any news in the meantime? No. Yes. No. Maybe.
No. But I'm very proud of you because you're an adult now.
Oh, shut up. It's only because I didn't feel like going up and getting my notebook.
But wasn't it easier?
Shush. No,
Wasn't
because now I have no record of it.
Except for the one that's in front of you on that digital page.
But digital goes away. It's not forever.
Okay, well, this can go away too. It's paper.
Don't
It's
set my
very
book on fire.
flammable.
Don't set my book on fire. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move into the weekly watches.
Let's do it. Oh, wait, that's me.
That is you.
Let's see. Which one are we starting with?
Listening.
Playing? Listening. What have I been listening to? A lot of Pandora this week. Because I've been enjoying Pandora for the Xbox One app.
Very nice.
It's been pretty sweet. Still listening to probably my favorite channel there, the Black Keys, with some trip hop and mellow electronica thrown in for good measure.
I like it.
Digging the new band Exposure, like we were talking about last week.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Very nice.
yes, indeed. Nothing really solid as far as dedicated listening. Shuffle all essentially for modern age.
Absolutely.
Miss Erin.
As I was road tripping a little bit in the last week, there
You're
was
listening to Red Hot Chili Peppers?
actually yes.
Perfect.
There was some Red Hot Chili Peppers in there. There was some Red Hot Chili Peppers. There was some Lana Del Rey. There was some Adele. There was some Queen. There was some David Bowie. There was some Annie Lennox.
There was an Erin playlist.
There was an Erin playlist going on in the plainest truck as I went puttering through the Texas Panhandle.
Yeehaw.
Indeed.
Was there snow in Texas?
Yes. Actually, there was. There was snow, a little bit of ice.
Yeah. I had seen on Facebook a couple of different people I know from Texas commenting on cold weather type things. So I was like, was everybody snowed on?
Yeah, at least they were where I was. So, yes, indeed there was.
Okay. All right. Mr. Breek?
I listened to a couple episodes of the Savage Lovecast.
Oh, yeah.
And
I like Dan Savage.
And
Indeed.
then, just random musics. But my watching has taken up all of my listening time, or most of it.
Yeah, mine too.
So that be it for
All
me.
right. Well, for me, I've got I listened to one episode of Common Sense with Dan Carlin, and I listened to a couple episodes of Gamertag Radio, and something very cool for them. And this is I'm a few episodes behind, so it's not brand new news, but they were recently added to CBS's lineup of podcasts.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, they are the only gaming podcast, and nothing's really changed with the show. They just they have CBS commercials in their show now.
Okay.
So, and I think the CBS podcast network is called Play It. But
Okay.
pretty cool. They have sports and politics and all that kind of stuff, and then Gamertag Radio.
Gamertag Radio.
So, who we know, we're like friends of.
Mhm.
So, we know of them. I don't know if I've met some of the guys on that podcast,
Mhm.
but I haven't met everybody. But yeah, good for them. I think that's awesome news.
Fantastic.
Yeah, to get to the point where that's national media now.
Yeah.
So I
Very
think
good.
that's freaking sweet. And I listened to a couple episodes of Radio Free Burrito. That's Will Wheaton's podcast.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, it's interesting listening to him talk about like auditioning for things and his creative process and everything that he's working on right now. Like how really unsure of himself he can be.
Okay.
Like as far as like just his confidence going into some of his projects, like some of his stuff he does really well with, and others like that the acting he just gets a little weird about it, a little shaky
That
about the audition process and stuff.
I don't think that either Will or I are particularly surprised to hear that, as people that used to do stuff like that on a much more very local level, obviously. But I think people assume that if you're a performer, you have this inherent confidence, and usually with performers, I would say the opposite is true. so that's not surprising to hear that Mr. Wheaton is the same way.
It's reassuring, actually.
Yeah, it is a bit reassuring.
Yeah, so it's he does very well with his audiobooks. He's won like the equivalent of an Oscar for audiobook work.
Nice, I didn't know that.
Isn't it a Grammy though?
It's not a Grammy though. It's audiobook specific awards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
They do give Grammys for audiobooks, and
Right.
spoken word and such.
yeah, I don't think it was part of the Grammy thing. I think it was a whole separate awards thing.
Would they be like an
So-
Audi?
What's that?
Would they be like an Audi?
I have no idea.
Maybe a bookie?
No.
I got nothing else.
You don't want to be a bookie.
Yeah, true.
no.
That's a good point.
You don't want to get a bookie.
You want to be a bookie. You don't want to be
You don't want to have a bookie.
right.
Right.
Well, I mean, maybe.
And then I also listened to an episode of Major Nelson Radio as they were getting ready to go to
The
PAX
GDC.
East,
Oh, PAX East.
which is happening also very soon, or just happened, or
Much going on.
I have a hard time keeping up with the conventions.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the time to go to the conventions,
And funds.
then I would also I would pay a lot more attention to them, I think.
Yes.
So that's it for what I've been listening to. Otherwise, just shuffle all in the vehicle.
Sweet.
I did listen to a little bit of the Comedy Channel, but the thing about the Comedy Channel is, as much as listening to stand-up comedy makes me happy, they do have the very worst commercials in life on that radio station. It's like every one of them repeats the phone number 4 times at the end of the show, and I just
1-888-555-5555.
yeah. There's a lot of that. And I-
1-888-555-5555. Did you get that
number one more time.
One more time.
yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Yeah, so let's move on to what you're watching, which I feel like is going to be the big category tonight.
I think it may be the big winner for at least 3 out of the 4 of us.
Okay.
So I actually have a list this time, lest I forget. Since I am still recovering from whatever alien death flu I recently suffered through.
Oh, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Still is.
ADF is
enjoying it,
it's nothing to be.
No,
Nothing to joke about.
nothing to sneeze at.
so to speak.
Wow.
But I did some.
See what you did there.
I did some rewatching. I rewatched V for Vendetta, which is always a good film.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rewatched one of my all-time favorites, The Fifth Element.
It is a good movie.
Which is an excellent film.
Multipass.
Multipass. Lilo Dallas Multipass. And Chicken Good. And then for new watches for me, John Dies at the End, which is an entertaining little indie film.
What happens
Is
at the end?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Did you not?
I've not seen it, but this weekend I got an extremely negative review of said movie, so I'm interested to hear a good one.
Oh, perhaps you and I should watch it together, and then we can explain our correlations.
Exactly.
Maybe
Oh,
like a
married
date
life.
night. Yeah, date night, kids. You heard it here first.
Right? This will happen to you someday, I promise.
Maybe.
I don't think it's going to happen. Beginning to think that's not a thing.
Excuse. I watched Odd Thomas,
Oh,
which was
sad.
yeah, it made me a little sad. Especially I read the book. The book made me a little sad, but for different reasons than the movie. The movie is interesting? Question mark. They do some interesting things with it. Some of the visuals are okay, but they really have a lot of material that they have to kind of tear through. And as a result, you're left with some very shallow, underdeveloped film representations of the characters.
I was a little worried because it was described in Netflix as comedy,
Right.
which concerned me right out of the gate.
That should not be a thing.
No, it shouldn't. And I don't really think it was. I didn't find myself laughing so much, which I guess is good. As much as
you
goes.
could laugh at the concept,
Right. I mean, there's
comedy.
Yeah. Continuing with bad movies, I watched The Colony, a little Canadian film with Bill Paxton, Lawrence Fishburne,
Bill
others.
Pullman.
Who did the Game Over Man, Game Over from Aliens?
That's Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah, that'd be Mr. Bill Paxton.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
interchangeable though.
Pullman was the president from Independence Day.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Still interchangeable
President
though.
Dave, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not great. Not really not great. Not terrible, but not great. A band of there's horrible climate change. The Earth enters into a new ice age. People live in colonies underneath the ice. They get a distress signal. They get to another colony, discover that it's been ransacked by cannibals, and chaos ensues. I've just saved you 2
It
hours
happens.
of your life.
It happens.
I really question as to whether or not you should have adult supervision whenever Erin's out of town. You
should.
make terrible
I do.
viewing choices. Which
What is
You know
going
what? It's
on?
I sit down and I flip through Netflix and I go, this looks terrible, but this looks even worse. Let's watch that one. Because let me finish my list here.
to say because you should see what's coming up.
Let me finish the list here. The Warrior's Way, which has a great cast.
I think everybody at home should just
Jeffrey
take a
Rush?
look at
Jeffrey
the look,
Rush.
at the look
I
on
didn't
Brick's
hate that.
face.
I did not hate that movie.
It wasn't bad. It
Yeah.
wasn't bad. Daniel Houston.
I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
For what is it? It felt very
But-
very graphic novelish.
Right.
But-
Absolutely.
What's your next movie, Will?
Sharknado. I finally watched it. Sharknado was in fact so bad that I specifically paused the movie, logged onto Facebook, which I also have not done in many months, and specifically made a post about how bad that movie was.
Yep.
I did that. All of this actually
I missed
happened.
it. I missed it.
You You need
Wow.
to hire a baby. That's not okay. There, especially with all of the options
I know.
we've given you.
I know.
And not just in television.
I know.
Movies too.
Movies too. I know. I don't know what it is.
I'd even encourage you to watch some of the thing that Brick watches over what you
Well,
watch.
Brick has decent taste.
Well, better taste than Mr. Smallville over here.
It's arguable.
It's not, though.
It really is.
It's really not.
See, I
Take it easy,
can
Buffy.
honestly claim that I have.
Take it easy, mentalist.
So glad that's over with.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because you watched it every week.
Not every week.
Most weeks.
Yeah.
It was one of a few CBS shows. Miami Vice.
Hey,
You're gonna give me crap about Buffy when you're watching CBS single serving dramas.
oh yeah, because I can watch those because I don't care if I fall asleep while I'm watching them.
There's still better stuff to watch while you're falling asleep. That's still not an excuse.
Yeah. If we were to log like how many like full episodes of that show that I've seen in the last eight seasons, you're not talking maybe half. So
You still have Smallville though,
that's fine.
and
I know.
and
I know all
Agents-
about.
and Agents of Shield.
No, I couldn't stay with that one.
Really, you gave up on it?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, good for you. I thought
Yeah,
that was still a thing.
No, I haven't watched any of the current season.
Good. Right on.
Rick's so happy right now.
I am.
Brick is so happy.
I am. That makes me really happy that you're not watching that show anymore.
No, I'm watching Agent Carter. Oh, I can't believe you fell for the setup, Brick.
Hook, line, and sinker.
You just walked into that. Erin, what have you been
You
watching?
be okay?
You're outvoted 3-1.
You did not
on both.
poll everybody on the couch.
I didn't vote because I watched
I
Sharknado.
was gonna say Firefly,
Firefly is good.
Yes.
which is as good as Buffy and Angel.
Oh no, Firefly's better than Buffy and Angel.
Yes.
Oh, who's outvoted now?
I'd say it's as good. I don't think it's better or worse. I think it could have been better if they continued it.
I was
going
gonna
to
say, as good as it is, and it is phenomenal for its inaugural season,
right.
imagine and be depressed with me at how good it could have been.
It's true.
Had those vaqueros over at Fox not foobarred the entire fudging system.
It could have been better than the best seasons of Buffy or Angel,
Yes.
but it never got a chance.
I'm really impressed with your self-censorship too, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Thank you.
That was pretty great.
Thank you. It took a lot of effort.
I know. I was watching. And I'm proud of you, babe.
I may have thrown a blood vessel.
Rip bleed over at Fox.
Yep.
Whichever puddle of excrement that gets paid way too much money to make such decisions.
Now,
May he rot in the furthest reaches of heck.
what about the guy who has to mop up that puddle?
He's probably well paid.
He is well paid.
That's right. That is consecutive humor for you enjoyers of our show. That is consecutive. That is 2 weeks in a row that we can carry on the same joke.
He's extremely well paid because at Goo Busters we don't underpay.
Oh. Oh, my head. All right. Erin, can you please save us from this? What have
think
you
we
watched?
lost her.
Yeah.
Were you able to watch anything?
Not a whole lot, but let's see. I did. We have been getting caught up. We're so close to being caught up on Doctor Who, so that I can resume watching my favorite TV show and finally experience the new Doctor.
Oh, okay.
See, he's condescending.
Yeah.
Just straight up condescending.
That was a look. That was a look.
That was a look and a response. Okay. Yeah, you do that.
I just I don't.
Continue, Erin. Continue. I got you, homie.
Yes, you do. So, let's see. Oh, I also watched the Daniel Radcliffe film "Kill Your Darlings."
Is it good?
I've never heard of it.
Because that's based off of
The real life instance with Allen from Allen Ginsberg's life.
yeah.
And yeah, I think Daniel Radcliffe is a good actor and has done some really good stuff with himself post Harry Potter life.
Super creepy in Sin City.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. Wait,
hang on.
Whoa, what?
Huh?
I derailed there.
That's Elijah.
Oh,
You're thinking
no,
Elijah
that's
Wood.
right.
Yeah, so
that's
you're
right. It was
thinking
Elijah Wood.
Who, as has been pointed out in several memes on the internet, could very well be the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elijah Wood was very creepy in Sin City, but and
I don't know that I've seen Daniel Radcliffe in anything but Harry Potter.
He was in The Woman in Black.
Mhm.
He was in Horns.
Nope.
Did you say porns?
Horns.
Because that changes Brick's answer.
Yes.
I mean, anything's possible at that
And
point.
that wouldn't be Radcliffe. You saw.
Right. Right.
He was in a World War I war movie, the name of which completely escapes me, but was incredibly well done, incredibly sad, where he basically is kind of wheezing asthmatic kid that enlists anyway, goes off to the trenches of World War I and gets killed, and kind of the after effect that has on the rest of his family. He was in very, very well received for his stage performance in Equus.
Right.
which is an amazing part. So that the fact that he took that on, especially when he was kind of at the peak of his Harry Potter popularity, really made me kind of admire him all the more. Because while it's a fantastic role, it is not without controversy. So
Right.
Yes, good stuff.
Cool.
And you also, I had started this a while back,
And
but I
then?
finally got around to it. Gonzo Ballet.
I don't know what that is.
What?
William Shatner.
Oh.
Yeah. And now Rick's turn to make a noise.
Well, you're not off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a documentary, I guess, about William Shatner's strange being, and
Oh, okay. Well, that's
it's a strange journey, and if you're a Trekkie, great. And I'm not particularly, so it was still interesting. So it's definitely worth a watch.
Oh.
If for no other reason than to watch Henry Rollins and Bill Shatner scream at each other in a recording studio, recording a spoken word album of sorts together.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's worth the price of admission on its own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that.
All right, Brick, on to you.
I rewatched Silicon Valley, the HBO show that Mike Judge did.
Yeah.
And it's still really great and funny, and the new season should be out soon. That was why I was rewatching it.
How many
And
seasons has it?
Just one.
had? Okay.
Yeah, it's like 8 episodes too. And
Okay.
they're 30 minutes apiece. So if you're looking for something to watch kind of passively, that's a good one
Okay.
to do. And then the rest, considering we recorded the last show on Thursday,
That is correct.
it's House of Cards, because the new season came out on Friday, and I made the poor decision to say, no, I will not watch the recaps of season 1 and 2. I will recap season 1 and 2 myself. So I finished
In their entirety.
season 2 today, and the first episode of season 3 just before I drove over here.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Absolutely.
It's not really though, because it could have been so much more.
Yeah, I watched that one with my mom, so I probably won't see it until the next time.
Well, it's
I hit
Netflix.
up. No, I know.
Oh,
But
you're
I
just
watch
gonna-
it with
You're
my
just
mom,
going to
yeah.
watch it with her.
Yeah.
It's great though. I mean, the first episode of the third season, it's a letdown only in that the first episode of the second season was so awesome.
I don't remember.
Well, the train.
Oh yeah, that was the first episode.
That was the first episode.
Oh wow,
And so,
stuff happened in that episode.
right. And so it's a letdown in that, no train pushing stuff happened. But but other than that, it's still a really good show.
Cool.
But I'm worried that it's going to slow down because he's already president now.
Yeah,
It's like, where do you go?
president of the world.
Where you get your ass impeached.
That is true.
It's possible, but they just impeached the last president last season. So are they really going to do that this season?
Probably not.
Yeah. So, but that's literally it for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a fairly substantial list, which is it kind of speaks to how little sleep I've been getting lately, because I actually had a longer work week. I had a 6-day work week, and so I usually only watch television before I go to sleep or right after I wake up, and so here's that list. It is considerable. I watched. Let's see. I watched an episode of Backstrom. I'm not up to date on that one. That's Rainn Wilson's new procedural drama.
About the
Cop
able
drama.
detective.
Yes.
Right. It's it. What is the byline? It's genius detective, total dick.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's something along those
So
lines.
it's House with detectives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was exactly the analogy that I think we'd made earlier.
Yeah.
And when I watched the first couple episodes, it's House, only
Yeah.
police.
Sure. But it's Rainn Wilson. He's kind of funny, and actually, his I really like the supporting cast. So
The supporting cast is quite good.
yeah, they may be better than him actually, but
It's kind of like The Office all over again.
kind of like The Office all over again. He's not the same grading character. He's a different grading character. Same kind of deal. He's kind of a slob. Yeah, kind of a jerk. So, then a couple other those things that I forget about as soon as I watch them. Elementary, Hawaii Five-0, Madam Secretary. I think that's all of those. Yeah. And then I watched Walking Dead and Talking Dead. The corresponding talk show after. Better Call Saul, which is great this week.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
You haven't watched it?
No, it's been all House of Cards,
Dude.
and a little Silicon Valley because I had people over at one point, so I had to switch it to something else.
Okay.
Stupid
All right.
guess.
Probably the I watched 12 Monkeys, and that's continues to be whatever it is. Really good for a sci-fi show. I think the highlight of the week is probably that I watched the first 2 episodes of Vikings on the History Channel.
Like of the new season or of
The
just
new season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Is it?
I like that show.
Jordan says that too, and maybe I'll start watching it at some point. But I just don't trust the History Channel with scripted material.
No, it's fine. It's a lot like.
But they have ancient
I was gonna
aliens.
say, I don't trust the History Channel period a lot right now. for
Right.
what that's
Well,
worth.
yeah, I don't trust them. Period. But like, I would rather I can passively watch Pawn Stars, but I'm not gonna like super get into serial drama on his.
No, this one's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's along the same production value as like any of those big period piece movies like Braveheart or Rob Roy, or it's that they do a good job with it.
That's good.
For sure. So it's worth taking a look at. And then of course Agent Carter. You okay?
Is that all?
I watched some singing shows also.
Oh, like The Voice and stuff. How are the auditions going? As good as you?
Yeah.
Because you're going to watch them through the auditions and then you're done, right?
Yeah. So I'm done with American Idol now.
Oh, are they already?
They're done with auditions.
I didn't even know American Idol had started.
Yeah, they're done. They American Idol comes on first, and then The Voice starts up after.
Okay.
Voice starts up right about the time the auditions are finished at American Idol.
Oh, okay. Because that was one thing when I committed to a season of The Voice that I actually ended up not finishing because I couldn't take it.
Oh no, it's horrible once you get outside of the auditions.
But yeah, that was what I noticed, is that I really loved the audition portion of it.
Yeah,
and then they got outside of that, and I was okay with it. And then they got further outside of that, and then I really just didn't care anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. So that's it. That's it for me. Let's move on to what you're playing. I think this one's going to be fairly sparse for everyone, but Will.
I managed to get a couple hours of Destiny in. I downloaded and started playing for a couple hours Rayman Legends, the free Xbox One title. Very enjoyable.
Good.
It is a platformer. It does have some difficulty to it, which is nice.
Oh, well, that's better.
It's good, and for a free title, it's fantastic because
Excellent.
it still retails for $30.
Okay.
So definitely, if you got Xbox One, you got the space, give it a download, give it a whirl. I recommend it.
Even
Give
if you
it
don't
two
have the
thumbs up.
space, just start downloading it, and that gives you digital rights to it in the future.
That's right. And 2 hours as of tonight of Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, which I'm really enjoying. I'm terrible at it so far, but I will probably get better the more I play. Has there been anything else?
I haven't been here.
Probably a little Far Cry, and that's probably about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, I had the alien death flu, so I had some spare time.
I'm glad I don't get that sick.
I get it
As you
about
should be.
once every couple of years, and when I do, I'm down for weeks. So
Yeah, that's what I was telling, because we have a couple of girls who at work that get sick on a fairly consistent basis, and
sick
I don't
or sick.
No, they
Like legitimately.
like one of them has like chronic strep. Like she gets it every so often and can't work.
She
She's
should
getting
probably
doctor's
get her
notes and stuff.
tonsils
So
out.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
Or
has.
stop putting dirty things in her mouth.
Ah.
I couldn't resist that one. I'm sorry.
But I have no concept of too sick to get out of bed. That does not exist in my life.
God, I hate you.
We
Yeah,
envy you.
we do. We
The
really,
rest of us
truly envy
normal
you.
folk, we envy you. Like I said, I don't get sick. Knock on wood. I don't get sick often, but when I do, it is fantastic. Like usually when I get sick, I wind up in the hospital.
It's a spectacle.
It is a spectacle.
It is.
There's fireworks and ambulances and good times.
There's fluids coming out of places I didn't even know was possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like even when I feel sick, I'm like, oh, this sucks. Up and at 'em.
Wow.
Let's see. Yeah, this is the first major illness I've had since 2013. 2013 put me in the hospital for 5 days. Before that, I'm thinking 2011, 2010. Before that, 2007, which culminated in my tonsillectomy, the tender age of 30, which is miserable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when I do it, I go all out.
It's true.
Yeah, the last time
This is actually pretty mild for me. I haven't, I haven't even gotten an IV yet.
EMTs haven't been involved, so
Yeah.
it's,
We're doing
it's a
good.
good one.
I mean, the last time I'm what most people would consider really sick was 2004, 2005, whenever I had strep for like a week, the thing that gave me this awesome red rash on my face that I still have 10 years later. But yeah, that was about it. I had that in like the second year that we had the first store. But even then I didn't miss any work or anything like that.
That's incredible.
I stayed home this past week mostly out of a courtesy to my fellow coworkers
Oh, good
because
for you, man.
there's so much nastiness floating around right now that I'm pretty sure that's where I picked it up from. That or I was licking doorknobs again. I don't remember. But what? you don't do that? Just windows.
No, no, I was just, could have been the mystery glass.
the mystery glass? That's right. Brick's mystery glass. Going through my house like in random glasses. You'll never find this one for
one random glass.
Right.
To be found by either one of you.
Winner. This guy. So,
That guy.
yeah. So anyways, I had some spare time. I got some gaming in.
Good for you. Erin?
As we previously discussed, haven't had a whole lot of time.
Did
But
you play any trivia crack?
I did play some Trivia Crack. And got even more of that in than I thought I would, as my cousins that I was staying with also played Trivia
Oh,
Crack.
wow.
So we wound up all
Okay.
playing together while sitting in the same room together.
Right. Yeah.
And really what caps the story off is that they were all asking each other for help to beat each other while all playing trivia
All
crack
sitting in the same
room.
Sitting in the same room. Hey, just
So
curious,
it's
does
just like a
anyone
group
know
effort?
the
Yes.
year Winston Churchill was born? Just offhand, just curious. Did anyone know that?
For no reason whatsoever.
No motivation. What? No, I'm not. I'm not playing.
Could you hurry up?
I was just curious. I'm doing
I need to
homework.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So there was a group Trivia Crack sessions happened. I also last night picked up Rayman Legends little platform. He's right; it does have some good difficulty and a little bit of challenge to it. And I also played some Jack and Daxter on our lovely little throwback station down here.
I like it. Yeah.
Yes. And I had forgotten that Dee Snider voiced the villain in that game.
Oh, how about that?
As a Twisted Sister fan, just makes me happy. Makes me the
Yeah.
heart happy.
Do you guys have a copy of Twisted Christmas, don't you?
Yes.
It is my favorite Christmas album.
In fact, I believe we were the ones that lent our copy to you and said, you must listen. This is the best
maybe so,
Christmas
yeah.
album ever.
Yeah,
Because it is.
because it is.
Because it is.
Especially that the duet he sings with Lita Ford.
Yeah. Absolutely. Love it. All right.
We're rocking out.
It's an album I'm familiar with,
Yeah, excellent.
and it's fantastic.
It is. Brick.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, I played a little bit of Trivia Crack and NBA 2K15.
Okay.
As me and some friends of mine found a really cool feature where because it's been a feature for a while where you can play with like older teams, so you can play with like Michael Jordan or Larry Bird, something like that. But we found a feature where you can do like the blacktop sponsored by Sprite, and you will know that it's sponsored by Sprite because their logo is plastered literally everywhere.
Right.
But you can pick a 5-on-5 team. So you can pick any players that you want from any various teams, past, new, whatever, and play them against each other. So that was a neat feature. But
Cool.
other than that, I didn't really get into anything because of all the House of Cards and such.
So much House of Cards. And for me, I don't think I played any Destiny this week since the last show. And I didn't play any Dying Light. So just Trivia Crack for me.
Always the Trivia Crack.
Always the Trivia Crack. And I don't know why. I answer a ton of questions correctly I have a horrible record. Like at any given point, you can look at my my last 10 games, and generally speaking, I'll only have won 2 or 3 of them.
Well, I think we talked because you answer a ton of questions right, and then but not the crown question is the one you.
Yeah,
and you play me and Erin.
Yeah, but it's not just you guys.
What?
I play lots of people.
We're kind of hurt over here, Geoff.
Wait, you guys play other people?
No.
You
I just said, yeah. I can't even pull that one off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sad actually. My record.
We're very sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not.
That's all right.
I might have lied a little too.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a correct answer percentage of 73 to 84%, depending on the category. I'm all right with that.
So you're way ahead of my sports, because my sports is abysmal.
Yeah. Where are you at, Brick?
Oh,
hey.
See. Where is it?
Rankings?
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
This is good radio, folks.
Listen to all this.
Well, this week is 56.
Yeah.
All time 79.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're at that
level.
79th level.
79th level. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually creeping up on you there.
Well,
64th.
yeah, you're only 15 levels back.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
It's fine. Just keep playing me.
Because
We'll catch up.
Because I answered so many questions correctly. All right. I think that's about it. You guys have anything else?
I got nothing.
Nope.
I'm out.
Okay. Well, I guess everyone live long and prosper.
Moment of silence.
Don't worry about the president. He can't stop us now. He can't stop us now. Calling out to all area group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all area group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all area group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all area group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now.